Some people might have a little rock and roll pneumonia.
You wanted the best, you got the best from my home studio on Long Island, New York. Welcome to Ian Scotto Rocks. I am your host, Ian Scotto, and we have some feuding in the KoRn camp, or feuding, or just a note made by former drummer, original drummer David Silveria about what he called an interesting trend in the set list. So KoRn just played Sonic Temple, and they played, quite honestly, a lot of their classic songs. And when we talk about classic songs, we're really talking about the first few albums of the original lineup before Head left the band, before David Silveria then left the band. And when you think of KoRn, those are really the songs that you think of, right? Those classic songs, whether they be Blind or Freak on a Leash, Got the Life. Those are the songs that probably bring in the most money for the KoRn catalog. Now, I interviewed David Silveria a number of times, once for Appetite for Distortion, which I was originally a part of, then on Battle Line Podcast a couple of times. And I can honestly say David Silveria is just an all-around great dude. You can see him there on screen repping Battle Line Podcast and my colleague Chris Peranto. And yeah, I know he's had his issues in the past, things with, arrests and substance abuse, and we're not going to get into all that, and I'm not breaking any news there. That's all stuff that's been reported by rock sites, but I can say he is all around a really good dude, and I think he cares a lot about the KoRn legacy. He was in a band for a while who was doing really awesome stuff called Bias, Breaking in a Sequence. He left that band, and they're still doing stuff around the Southern California area, but he moved to Florida to simply retire. And it makes you wonder, how is he bringing in money? Well, one thing is that if you look at all the early KoRn albums, all the original stuff, it's all listed as being written by KoRn, all songs written by KoRn, which is really rare for most bands. I know people like to think of bands as this all for one for all mentality. We're all in this together. We're all going to get our fair share. But the issue a lot of the times is that it's usually one or two members of those bands who are the primary songwriters, and there becomes some animosity when those guys are sharing songwriting credits and royalties, especially when big money starts coming in with guys who may not have contributed as much. Now, I don't know what Dave Silveria really had a hand in writing, but he's listed as a writer technically of all of that original catalog, which means anytime Freak on a Leash is played in a commercial, or any of the classic songs that are probably used by sporting events, commercials, whatever, he gets a piece of that. It's much like Izzy Stradlin from Guns N' Roses has pretty much done absolutely nothing in many years, and he lives off of those royalties, understandably. But the thing is, regardless of who wrote what, David Silveria's drumming is such a trademark sound of the original KoRn albums. He has a very unique style in the way that he plays. And a lot of people will slam Ray Luzier, which we'll talk about. Ray is a phenomenal drummer. I don't think there's any need to slam him, but he has a very different style than David, as many point out. So let's get into what David posted here on Instagram today. He posted the actual KoRn set list from Sonic Temple, and he wrote the caption, as you can see here, "Do you see a trend here? Don't get me wrong, I'm honored by this," smiley face. And this is from their set earlier this month, May 8th. Let's look at the set list. You got Blind as the opener, first time as the opener since 2019. Of course, everybody knows Blind. Twist, Falling Away From Me, Got the Life, Clown, Here to Stay, Chutes and Ladders, Coming Undone, and then a snippet of We Will Rock You by Queen. Twisted Transistor, their first time since 2019, another song David was on. Cold, Make Me Bad, Adidas, Somebody Someone, Y'all Want a Single, and then Rotting in Vain, Good God, Freak on a Leash. Now, I would basically call that a greatest hits set, and almost all of their greatest hits do involve David Silveria on drums. So he makes a point. I don't expect them to respond to this. But, this goes back to something we talk about on the channel all the time. Is it really KoRn with this current lineup? You're getting 3 of the 5 guys. The rhythm section is gone. Fieldy is still legally, I guess, a member of the band, but he hasn't played live with them in many years, which we did a video about. And David Silveria has not been a member of the band for a very, very long time. And hey, had Head not have returned to the band, you'd only have 2 original members. So you do have Head there, you've got Monkey, and you've got Jonathan Davis. But yeah, they're in many ways living off of their back catalog. Those are the songs that everyone knows. If you ask the casual rock fan, name some songs by KoRn, I would say they're all going to be songs that David Silveria was a part of. So let's see what some of the comments here are under David's original caption. This guy T. Spitz says, very upset when you left, but back then I heard it was because you just wanted to run your steakhouse. Was there something behind the scenes we didn't know about? By the way, can people stop shitting on Ray? He's a great guy and an amazing drummer. He's just not David. I agree, he is a great drummer, but very different style than David. The songs are going to be performed live a lot different than the way David performed them. I'm sorry, what is the trend? All right, we should know what the obvious trend is here for most likely Joel. Yep, all the songs you were on, they're not KoRn without you. They're like the Wish app version of KoRn without you and Fieldy. No backbone to them. New drummer slaughters your songs, overplays the shit out of everything, doesn't leave any space between beats, and completely kills any funk, power, and groove. That's Flan Solo. Why did you leave them if you think you're the best? It's a little bit of shade there from Black Beeline 87. Stick Duster, wow man, nothing new, it's still all your grooves. Yeah, I would say all of the best KoRn material, in my opinion, involves David Silveria. Although, to be fair, they did put out stuff in later years that I really liked that he wasn't a part of. But yeah, that is their classic catalog. Let me know what you guys think. If you're new to the channel, hey, subscribe. And if you really want to help us out, check out the merch store in the link below. We've got the badass Ian Scotto Rocks t-shirt printed on Next Level Apparel, and also this kick-ass coffee mug, which I absolutely love, that I drink out of all the time. Check it all out. You can send us a super thanks, but we hope that you continue to watch this channel because we're breaking news, we're doing deep dives, commentary on all different rock from all different eras. And if you like this video, you may like the video I did on Fieldy right here. So check it out. Just click right there next to my head.